Hey everybody, Jeff Diverter for Cloud Talk Live, doing something a little bit different this week. We're bringing back some of the best interviews all throughout the week, little snippets of all of them. And what better place to start than with the interview I had with the amazing Kathy Kersten. Now, Kathy is an expert in the Clifton Strengths and Strengths Finder, and that's all about the focus on helping organizations and individuals identify where an individual's strengths are and put them into roles where they'll be best successful. Now, to do all of this, what better place to go than over to Jeff's living room where we can pop in a VHS and hear from Kathy Kersten.
One thing that we learned in the early days at Rackspace is that we were growing very quickly, and we needed to figure out how to understand people's talents and put them in roles which they would be successful. So that's what was kind of the problem statement of starting out at Rackspace with Strengths Finder. And what Strengths Finder is an assessment to help you identify, and harness your talents or your strengths. And so the Gallup organization did 50 years worth of positive psychology research, and they came up with over 350 different themes of talent about what makes people great, what makes people feel strong. And then they organized them and summarized them down into 34 strengths. So I have 34 strengths. Jeff, you have 34 strengths. Daniel, our producer, has 34 strengths. And most of my consulting and coaching focuses on harnessing our top 5 or 10 strengths.
Okay. Got it. Now, and it's a very different way of leading too, isn't it? Because we oftentimes as leaders, and especially younger leaders, will fall into the trap of, hey, let me find the thing that you're not doing really well, and let's really work on that one thing and put you in a position where you have to do more of that one thing so that you'll get better at that one thing. And that's not a very pleasant experience.
No, it's not. Weakness elimination, right? Or trying to mitigate any weakness has been kind of people's leadership strategy for so very long. Even in grade school, especially in, the United States, we have this desire to eliminate weakness. So our parents, like Gallup did some research with parents, 77% of parents focus on in America, focus on the lowest grade on the report card that kids bring home. So we're sort of built into that environment that if you get an A, good job, go focus on your B or your C to get that up. And really, Strengths Finder is saying, hey, what's underneath that A, and how can we leverage it to world-class performance?
Yeah, isn't that amazing? So when we focus on those strengths, it allows us to then, first of all, if it's something you're good at, those top strengths, it's kind of the stuff you want to do. In fact, that's the trap I fall into a lot. And that is, just because we're not as good at something, it doesn't mean we still don't have to do it sometimes. I mean, we just finished tax season, right? Procrastinator. Yes. And yes, it did get done over the weekend, but I didn't wait till Monday. So I did at least get it done over the weekend. But when we can focus on those things that we enjoy doing, that we're naturally good at, that we have a natural proclivity towards, well, then the day gets a little bit better. And like you said, we drive our organizations then towards world-class performance. Hey, Daniel, would you mind? I've got a list of all of the strengths, and we can pop them up for just a second. And apologize that it's real small, but there are 34 of them. But they're broken down into those themes. Why don't you walk us through that real quick?
Sure, you bet. So all 34 fall into one domain. This is kind of taking up to that 10,000 foot level, helping us make a little bit more more clarity around all the different words, because it can be overwhelming. So there are certain themes or strengths that fall under each of these 4 domains. There's strategic thinking, and those people are energized by reading, planning, thinking, alone time, processing data. That's what the strategic thinking domain brings. Then we move over to the next one, which is relationship building. And these folks and all those strengths in there really feed into this. These folks want to create and maintain relationships. So they see the world through a people lens. Okay, we move to influencing. These folks speak up to be heard. All of those strengths that are in that influencing domain bring some level of and pressure to help move people toward a goal. And then there's and those are our get things done strengths. That those folks get energized through productivity, naturally find efficiencies, and set the pace for work for the teams that they're on and for their day-to-day behaviors. There is, I joke around that even on the weekend, we are our strengths, and you can kind of tell what people enjoy doing on Saturday morning. Jeff tells us a lot about their strengths. Are they wanting to read a book or walk through a park? They might be strategic thinking. Executors they start their to-do list that starts at 0 every day. Get something done today. Yeah. And they have their list of chores.